Hey guys, this is Manny Chopra here from the June Titans event, and I'm here with none other than Charlie Parks. Hi Charlie.
Hi Manny, super nice to see you.
Yes, so Charlie is the winner of the Sui Generis HMO of the Award of the year 2024. So
I am.
Mouthful. But yeah, look, she's been going places, and I'm really excited to host Charlie at Titans. She's also a member now with us.
I am, yeah, absolutely.
So we're really excited to have you with us in our community with all those learnings and things. And Charlie, you've been up to a lot of stuff recently, right?
I have. Since I won the award, I think it just really spurred me on, and I'm just kind of taking that energy and moving it forward. And I think the people that I love the Titans group.
It's a friendly bunch, right?
It's friendly, and you're just kind of. I think after winning the award, it just made. I looked around and I saw what other people were doing, and it's just really inspiring. And I've just fully gone for it, and that's what I'm going to be. Focus. This is what I'm going to talk about tonight. My intention is to triple my turnover in the next 2 years.
Yeah.
I need to do 4 deals a year. I've got 3. I'm in build with 2. I've got another one that I'm about to complete on, and I'm hopefully got another one in the pipeline. So let's go.
Yeah, amazing. So tell us about your winning deal then. What was it all about?
So the winning deal was I picked up a absolutely derelict property directly opposite Reading Station. It was just a disgusting drug den, but I picked it up in the auction October 23, and it was split into 2 flats at the time. I wanted it to be a Sui Generis HMO, and the intention was to put a registered provider in there. And to really condense that down, that's exactly what I did. But I went the Lawful Development Certificate route, so that I didn't need to do the change of use and do all the enhanced building control. So I managed to do an entire refurb, electrics, plumbing, heating, refurb, everything for 85,000.
6 rooms? So
8 rooms.
For 85?
For 85,000.
How did you do that?
I know, that's
a secret. You're not telling us that, of course. That is a secret.
I'm going to tell you about it later. But
okay.
Yeah, it's funny because people kept going, you're not going to be able to do that. I did. And obviously for the Property Investor Awards,
project manage it?
I project managed it myself. And I was so tight on costs, and it worked out really well. And the thing that I loved about that is the speed, because from October 23, 26th of June, it was refurbished, planning in place, Sui Generis, occupied by a registered provider, done. And out.
You did, so when you bought it, it was just 2 apartments.
It was
so
2 apartments. C3.
So you went from C3 to?
Sui Generis.
Straight away? Planning?
Straight away, but I didn't do the planning. I got the Lawful Development Certificate because I went back into the history, and it had been occupied by a registered provider previously. I was buying it from a housing association, and something that is absolutely instinctual in my business is just to try and reach out and connect to people.
Yeah.
And I'd spoken to the housing association, so I had a connection there. And what I did was I basically got 10 years worth of occupation, because it had been used as a HMO.
6-bed?
As an 8-bed. It had been used as an 8-bed. So I got that
proof.
I got the proof. Weirdly, it wasn't quite the proof. However, the council were really engaged with me putting a registered provider in there, and I think that made a massive difference. I was talking to the council.
Because you also went with another provider.
Exactly.
And then you gave them social housing.
I gave them social housing. So I got my Sui Generis HMO. It was a Lawful Development Certificate. No Sui Generis change of planning, change of use, so I didn't have to do the building control. So it saved so much money. I was thinking about it. I think it probably saved about 60,000 at least.
So you mean to say the wall thickness and the...
Yeah, exactly. The sound insulation.
You didn't have to do any of that?
The resilient bars. None of it.
None of that?
None of it.
So the room's already there?
Rooms, I kept it exactly as it was.
Layout.
The layout was identical.
En suites?
No en suites. I didn't have to do.
It's registered. It's not all singing, all dancing for professionals or anything like.
Exactly. However, it gives a 12% return on the money. It was 600,000.
And you don't have to manage it either.
I don't have to manage it, and it's amazing. I just put an invoice in every quarter, and the money comes in.
Amazing.
And that's it.
So are your next, the HMO that you are doing, are they going to be with the same registered provider?
I wish. What a dream that would be, Manny. I mean, it's just not that
It's a
easy.
different area,
It's
right?
a different area. I've got 2 in different areas, but even if I was doing it in the same area, they're at their capacity.
Oh, are they?
So unfortunately not. There's not an opportunity to do that.
But that was a great deal, right?
It was a great deal. And the thing is, I created that because I went back into the history. I found that they, really weirdly, I'd spoken to the council, because you kind of naively, you think maybe the council might suggest registered providers that they like to work with.
No,
none of that. And I actually said, well, this registered provider was in occupation previously. And I said to the council, do you think they might be interested? Absolutely not. They will not be interested because they left. Well, the reason that they left, when actually reaching out and taking that extra step to check that information yourself, was because the housing association let the building run into such disrepair that they legally could not house people in that building.
And, and the government is all over private landlords.
That was my point, Manny, honestly. It's that the housing association.
We need to be landlord activists. What
we
are we
really
doing right
do.
now? We're in the wrong profession.
Exactly. We're delivering great stock, complete refurbished, beautiful.
There could be a touch on us, the housing providers, social housing providers.
Yeah.
And the level of quality that we provide. But there you go.
Yeah,
but look, guys, super excited for Charlie's deal and all the other stuff that she's going on. I'm afraid you missed it. But look, come along to the next one. We are definitely taking a break for the summer. We've got loads of social events lined up, but nobody in the room straight after this because we've got July and August. So come along to the September one, which is on the 11th. Check out our website. And Charlie, I'm so excited for your presentation.
I'm excited for my presentation too. Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you for coming. Cheers.